Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Please don't forget to subscribe.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. I'm your host, Wayne Holloway, and thank you once again for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. And like always, if you want to see if you want to see something in this show, or you have a bright idea that you want to see us implement on this show, drop them in those comments below, or hit us on any one of our social media outlets. Holler at us, we holler back. Woo, that was really tongue-tied right there. We have a great show planned for y'all tonight, but first let me introduce you to my co-host, and he goes by the name of Mr. Patrick Nagel. How you doing, sir?
Wayne, well, first off, are you okay? I mean, you all right?
That's all, folks.
Wayne, I am great. It is the eve of the greatest time of the year, and that is football season.
Say what?
It's football season eve. So not only is it football season eve, but our beloved Carolina Panthers, as I am adorned in Carolina Panther gear tonight.
Yes, you are.
It is we are going to be participating in the Hall of Fame game, as our beloved and Luke Kuechly will find his way to the Hall of Fame this weekend. So I couldn't be better. I mean, we're here, and we've been waiting. We've been filling our time with other sports and enjoying it, but there is no time like football time.
And I think I've immersed myself in the other sports so much, trying not to think about it, but letting it get closer and closer, because the anticipation is it's electrifying. Just waiting for it. I can't wait for every Sunday.
It's here, man. And so here we are. We are after tomorrow night, as I mentioned last week, there is not a weekend without football until February 21st. So we are in the zone, baby. We are in the zone. So let us begin.
It makes it so much more special because our guys is kicking this off.
We are. Let's go. We've been in the Hall of Fame game twice, but it's been a long time. So I don't love an extra preseason game for our team, but I do love that we're playing and going to be on national TV. And I'm actually excited that we ended the season in the playoffs. We are in the Hall of Fame game on the national TV game. Our guy Luke's going in. And we get to listen to some national broadcasters, maybe actually talk nice about us for once. So
Luke deserves this.
He does. He should have been in last time. I think he got slided. But we're here, and that's what matters.
Yes. Oh man. Hopefully we got a surprise for you guys. Hopefully we can make this happen. We've been trying to make this happen. He has a show. It's called Barbershop Larry. I want him to explain that to you, but he wants to talk sports also. And he's a comedian, actor, writer, and he goes by the name of Danny Green. How you doing, sir?
Oh my gosh, look at that.
I see him. I think your sound is messing up, but you look lovely. You look lovely, but we just can't hear you right now. We can't hear you.
He's in slow-mo.
Hey, why don't you call the phone and we'll patch you in that way, so at least we can hear your voice. We'll get the link tied in another time, but the listeners, the viewers, they want to hear your voice.
Let's do it.
Yes. So you can just call in. I got you set up. We waiting on that call. But I like your hat. Your hat was nice.
That hat sucked.
Hey, but that's comedian, actor, writer Danny Green. New show on his network, Barbershop Larry. Waiting on his phone call. Hopefully we can get that one right. But back to this Hall of Fame game. My oh my. My Carolina Panthers. Blow the Whistle Sports.
going on?
How you doing, sir?
Look, y'all could just put a picture up, nigga. I look just as good as my picture, and next time you'll get my face.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
I just have one request, man, Danny. Can we maybe lose the Dodger hat? I mean, come on, like let's keep it real.
No,
Well, no, this is not a Dodger hat. It's a golf hat. It's a bad juju. It's a golf hat. It just happens to be blue.
Thank goodness for that, man.
And nothing wrong with a Dodger hat. In fact, we welcome a Dodger hat. He's just a Dodger hater, so you have to forgive him.
Well, look, I'm from Philadelphia, so I am a Philly fan anyway. So you know.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, we'll accept that. We like Philly fans. A lot of your Eagles nest, they call into the show during football season. Woo, they call in.
Well, let me tell you something. Never in my life have I seen such an East Coast presence when it comes to either the Eagles coming out here or like Phillies. I mean, like, we have a big, strong presence out here on the West Coast.
That's true. That's true. But Los Angeles is California is something else when it comes to loyalties when they football season. We all seem to ride for our Lakers, but when football season comes, the line gets drawn in the sand, and the true tribal essence comes out.
Good luck with that. You're right. Good luck on finding a Rams or a Charger fan. I'm telling you.
Exactly. But Danny, I want to introduce you to Patrick.
Hey, Patrick, how are you? And I apologize, Patrick, for having the worst internet in the world. I will get better.
That's right.
It's all good, man. I'm excited to talk to you, man. I'm excited to hear from you and learn a little bit about you and about your show, man. Tell us about your show. What you got going on?
Yes. Well, first of all, I want to thank you and Wayne for having me here. Man, I'm in a good space right now, career-wise. It's just, everybody knows Hollywood is, shows are far and in between. Gigs are far and in between. Opportunities are far and in between. But last October, I got blessed with getting picked to be a lead of a television show, 10 episodes of an episodic show, 30 minutes comedy called Barbershop Larry. It was created by Trent Combs and Kyle Bentley Evans, who was a writer, producer, executive producer for The Martin Show and The Jamie Foxx Show. So he has a pretty good backing, or a good resume, I should say. And then Trent Combs was the gentleman that picked me. And it was weird. I went to a movie premiere. They were there. Trent said, "Hey, man, I may have something for you." And I went to a movie premiere on a Thursday, and I was shooting a television show on Monday.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Crazy. It doesn't happen like that in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's true Hollywood success right there.
Yeah, true.
Well, I've been in the game a long time. It sounds like it is, but we shot 6 episodes. We got 6 in the can. We have 4 more to shoot, and this coming Monday, our 4th episode will be airing.
Okay. Can you tell us what network and how to find it?
So if you want to find it, it's on a streaming service it's on blackvisiontelevision.net, blackvisiontelevision.net. That's if you want to watch it free, but you want to subscribe and be able to watch the shows when you don't get to see them. It's blackvisiontelevisionplus.com. So it's BVT plus PLUS, BVTplus.com. And that will allow you to subscribe, and that will allow you to see, the other shows. But they air at a certain time on Monday, Friday, Sunday. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and Mondays. So four times out the week, because they don't want to oversaturate it until they show all the 4 shows.
I'm glad you explained it, because I sat down and tried to watch it, and I was on the service where you have to wait for it to come on naturally, and instead of subscribing for it, and I was frustrated because I kept looking for it to click on it, and me and the wife was sitting in front of the TV. She was like, "Well, maybe you need to call him and so you can figure it out, because it's not working this way." So I need to subscribe so I can watch it whenever I want to watch it.
Subscription, yes. And subscription, ladies and gentlemen, is only $4.99 a month.
Okay.
So it's it's cheaper than the big boys.
That's right.
But it's a really I think what happened, if I could be honest, is and I just sent you some to your sister, to your internet, the date, the times. You can probably look at those while you're talking to me. But I think what happened, guys, is that the show was kind of shot to be put on as original programming for a new streaming service. And I'm not sure, I don't want to say they didn't believe in it, but I'm not sure how much they felt it was going to be accepted. But when I had the premiere, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, we had the premiere. And ladies and gentlemen, you guys, we had over 300 RSVPs and almost 300 people at the premiere.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And people really received it. And it was like, and I think that shocked them. And then people really liked the show. And there were so many people telling like, yo, I think you guys got a hit. So the goal is to have it on this platform this year and then see if we can get it into syndication.
Okay.
So it's not, this is not the end. This is not the end of it. This is just the beginning.
Okay. So we're at the ground floor just rising up.
Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes, obviously I can say this because I'm shooting the show, but I've always wanted to be somewhat on being with someone starting new because, it's easy to get on the train when the train is running. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's hard to get on a train when you're at a stop and they're like, we had a cold. What we going to do? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, they believe in me. And, they like my talents. I'm a stand-up by trade. And so, we're doing pretty good. I know when you guys see it, you're going to probably I think you'll be very happy and surprised with the acting and the comedy.
Definitely going to check it out. Definitely going to check it out. And like you were, to credit to what you were saying, to start someplace where you can build it, where you can actually see where you're standing at.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on top of it, but on top of that, it also lets the people that believe in you know that, okay, hey, this guy he's all in. You know what I mean? Because you have to be all in. I have a name. I don't have the big name, but I have a name and a face, and I've done a lot of stuff in Hollywood when people Google me or in the industry. But so someone like myself, I could have came in with the attitude of, I can't believe, this is a platform no one's heard about. Oh my God, blackness. But I hung in there just because I believe in it, and these guys have a history of getting things on television. So I believe that eventually, with the streaming, it's going to be it's going to be more visually seen as time goes on.
Yes, 2026. And this is where it's at, streaming and clicks and views. And to all our followers, our listeners on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Kick, and many more, go check out Barbershop Larry, Danning Green. Oh, yes. But sir.
So it has me. I'm the lead. I'm the lead of the show. Chaz Roger is one of the producers, and he's the also one of the actors. And then Shantae Waynes. Have you seen the poster yet?
I seen the poster, but those are like your are they sidekicks or they're both like They're both for it's us three. They're the main three people on the show. Okay.
And I'm not sure if you can bring up what I'm about to send you, but if you can, it'll be the poster of the show if you don't have it already. And I'm gonna send it to you right now. But it's Shantae Waynes, Damon and them niece. She's one of the leads, and then Chaz Rogers.
Okay.
So it's yeah.
While we try to look for that,
I just sent it to you. Yeah, but go ahead.
Who are your favorite sports teams?
Favorite sports team?
Yes.
Football. Raiders first. Eagles second.
Wow! Wait a minute. You're from Philly.
I know.
But Raiders first, Philly second.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Green.
Now, do you want to? Can I
Okay.
explain it to you?
Go ahead.
Can I explain it to you gentlemen? Okay, now I know I don't look it, and I know I look pretty good, but I'm 60 years old.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can laugh at me all you want. I hear you back there laughing. That's no, but so here's the deal. When I was a kid, the first game I ever could understand was a Raider game. And it was 1973 or 4. I think I might have been 8. It was the see your hands game when Clarence Davis caught the touchdown when Stapler was falling down.
Okay.
Against Miami.
I was at that game.
As a kid, you were at that game?
Yes, sir.
Did you say you were at that game?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. So anyway, as a kid, I was, I went outside after that game and, I'm like, yo, that's my team. It started. And you have to remember, I'm from Philly. So all of our late afternoon games, our 4:00 games were always West Coast games. And they were always the Raiders. The Raiders were the number one AFC team we always got. So every week, man, I fell in love with Ken Stapler. I fell in love with Cliff Branch and Fred Blitnikoff, Otis Sistrom. I could tell people, I can name right now their entire offensive starting team for the 76 Super Bowl.
Wow.
That's how good I am. That's how much I love the Raiders.
So how many times did you get into a fight in Philly?
Well,
representing the Raiders.
Hold on, Wayne.
Okay, so let me explain it to you. Let me explain.
Danny, I got a question. Before you explain.
One question.
I got a question. So, how did you feel just a few short years later when your Eagles played your Raiders in the Super Bowl? Well, who were you rooting for?
Okay, so let me explain it to you. You have to remember, in the early 70s and mid 70s, the Eagles weren't anything. They were a terrible team. Until we got Dick Vermeil. If you remember that?
Right.
I do. By the way, Dick Vermeil from my hometown. Know Dick Vermeil very well.
Right. So what happened was when the Raiders, and Raiders were the first team ever from a wild card team to go to the Super Bowl.
Correct.
And that year, 1980, I was rooting for the Raiders.
Wow.
Well, good, because the Raiders whooped that ass, but that's okay.
Let me tell you how funny it was. My friends and I, after the game, two of my friends, we went over to a friend of ours' house after the game, and we were dialing phone numbers, going through phone book and just dial anyone numbers.
Right.
And every time someone would pick up, we would go, Eagles ain't shit, and then hang up. So I was a Raider fan. Then you got to remember, I was a Raider fan. We were still winning. And then when we got Randall Cunningham, that's when I started liking the Eagles.
Okay.
I love Ron Jaworski, but I'm saying that's when I started making the Eagles a team. I was like, okay, I hope they win. And then we had, obviously Reggie White, Jerome Brown, Todd Bell, all of them on defense. Yep. And then what happened was, as time went on in life, when we got McNabb, loved them. When we got Vic, loved them. But then the Eagles started winning more than the Raiders. So I found myself being able to cheer for the Raiders like the first 2 games of the season. Then I'm all Eagles.
So what we're hearing here is you're a Fairweather fan. That's what I'm hearing. So whichever one of those teams is winning,
whichever one shines that year.
Hey man, watch your mouth, man. How dare you, man? Fairweather fan. I just poured my heart out and told the truth. And then you waited all of that time to let me talk for 10 minutes. You call me a Fairweather. Now I wish I could see you on camera right now. You see how I look at you right now.
Oh man, we got to do this again where we get you on camera also. But all right,
okay.
So Raiders Philly.
Got it.
Is it going to be the same way when we hit baseball? Are you going to have 2 or 3 different teams, or is it going to be one team?
No. When it comes to baseball, Phillies. Oh no, but I will say this. These are the 2 teams that I like only because of the jersey. I'm Phillies, but I like the San Francisco Giants and the old Oakland Athletics because
Let's
I
go.
love the green and yellow. I love that color.
Wait a minute. Did you see? Did you put on some San Francisco? And that's what he saw. Did you see him put on something San Francisco? He's a diehard San Francisco fan.
Is he a Niner fan? He's a San Francisco fan.
No,
Not Niners. Not Niners. We're talking about baseball right now.
He's a Giants. He's a Giants fan.
Yes.
100%. Born and raised.
Look, I like the jersey. Look, Wayne, I love the jersey.
Right.
But because he said I was a fair weather fan, the hell with the Giants right now.
Mr. Green.
I understand.
I got a long memory, man. I'm very petty.
Mr. Green. My very first game
Yes, sir.
that I went to the San Francisco Giants, I saw Willie McCovey play.
Wow.
So
that must have been was Bonds that was Barry Bonds' dad playing with him at the
Bobby.
time?
Yeah, Bobby was in the outfield. Absolutely. Yeah, great. Big Giants fan. I grew up in the Bay Area. I love the Giants. And the Raiders back in those days, their training camp was in my hometown, Santa Rosa, California, when they used to train at the El Rancho Tropicana every year.
Wow.
And during training camp, you could go downtown and run into the Twos, John Matuzak and Lyle Alzado and Jim Plunkett and all the guys. I'll make you real feel jealous here, Mr. Green. In the Super Bowl between the Eagles and the Raiders in 1981, Cliff Branch caught a touchdown pass. I have that ball autographed to me from Cliff Branch.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something.
I
would steal that ball from you. I would. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you. Hey, I don't get emotional over sport. Let me tell you something. When the Raiders used to play, I used to get so upset as a kid and emotional over games. And I would get headaches. My mom would say, I'm not letting you watch the games if you can't watch it without getting this emotionally involved. And I'm like 10 and 11, man. I used to write down this. Let me tell you how crazy it is. I used to, on Monday, I used to have one of those little black, note pads we used to use as a kid. You know, the little black and white ones.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where you write the math. I had an extra one, and I was writing down the stats of all of the Raiders games and let me tell you something. I don't get emotional, but when Ken Stapler died, Cliff Branch, I almost cried. But I never got to meet him, man. That's how much I love the Raiders.
Man,
I was talking to Cliff Branch about a week before he died.
Wow.
Yeah, so I ran into him.
What was it?
Was that?
What did he pass from?
He had a heart attack.
How he died?
He had a heart attack.
Yeah, but he lived in Santa Rosa, and I would see him from time to time, and we had a cordial relationship. But I ran into him about a week before he died, and we were talking about the old days and stuff. And then when I heard he passed, I was like, wow, that's crazy. I was literally just talking to him. But that was Speed Kills, man. Number 21.
Man, let me tell you, let me tell you something. If it wasn't for the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Raiders would have seven Super Bowls easy in the 70s alone.
Okay.
Well, if it wasn't the Raiders, let's not forget the Raiders got jobbed by the referees in the Steeler game. I mean, that ball bounced off the turf, the immaculate bounce, not the immaculate reception.
Yeah, we lost that game. We should have beat Miami in the championship game in Miami that year. They beat us.
Yep.
The year Miami in 73 when Miami went. We should have came back and beat the Steelers again in Three Rivers again. And then no, in Oakland, because they beat us in Oakland one year.
Yeah, that game was in Oakland.
Yeah. They beat us in Pittsburgh one time. And then they beat us in Oakland. And then we came back and beat them that one year. We beat them in Oakland and went to the Super Bowl. But if it wasn't for, I truly believe, if it wasn't for those two teams, we would have 7 Super Bowls just in the 70s.
Wow.
Because we were there every year. We went to 5 straight championship games.
Yeah, that was before the Chiefs did it. So the Raiders were the first team to do that. And And
Yeah.
the Raiders are in an exclusive club where they're one of a handful of teams that have an undefeated record in the Super Bowl, whereas there's many teams that cannot say that. I have, by the way, I have held a Raider Super Bowl trophy in my own hands.
Man, I envy you, man. Let me tell you. So look, before we get into some more sports, I'm going to prove my point. Okay.
Go ahead.
I got to do this. The 1976 Raiders offensive team, and then I can name the bulk of the defense. Offense: left tackle Art Shell, left guard Gene Upshaw, center Dave Darby, right guard George Beeler. Excuse me?
Dalby, Dalby.
Darby, yeah, Darby, yeah. Yes, Dave Darby. I'm sorry. Right
Number
guard
50.
George Beeler, right tackle John Villa. Wide receivers: Cliff Branch, Fred Biletnikoff. Running back: Mark Van Eden, Clarence Davis, and quarterback the Snake. Tight end Dave Casper. That's just the offense. That's the offensive starting team. Defense: Otis Fistrone, John Matusak, and the other guy. It wasn't Tume. It was a.
You got to say them all. You got to say them all.
It's Ted Hendricks, number 83.
I'll get back to that one.
Ted
Matusak.
Hendricks.
Oh, David Rowe.
You're forgetting Ted Hendricks.
David Rowe. Okay, and then linebackers. Phil Filiano, Monty Johnson, Willie Hall, and we had a 3-4.
Ted Hendricks.
Willie Hall.
He keeps giving you one.
I keep giving you the answer. Ted Hendricks.
Which one?
Number 83.
Yeah, Ted Hendricks. You're right. This man Stork. How could I forget him? But the DBs, no problem. Jack Tatum, Skip Thomas, Willie Brown, and George Atkinson.
That's right.
Okay.
They call me assassin.
There's nothing I don't know about sports, man. You can't. I told you already, Wayne. I am an encyclopedia, man, and I know sports like the back of my hand.
Okay, so now we covered your football team, your baseball, or your football teams,
plural.
your baseball teams.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Now, what about basketball? Are you?
So let me be. Go ahead. What's your question?
Do you have a team or teams?
I have a player.
Oh,
a player.
Are you one of those?
Wait a minute, a player.
Okay, so here we go. Growing up, I was a Sixer fan.
Okay.
Dr. J.
Yeah,
Philadelphia. So
what was this below?
I was living in Philly when we got the Doc.
Oh yeah.
Okay, when we got Doc, we know I was all Philadelphia fan. Okay, when Doc retired, okay, I still follow the Philly that much, but all of a sudden, I was a player. I became a player fan.
Well, let's give it up for the Phillies.
Not the Phillies, boo.
Hey, he's a Philly fan. We give it up for it. So you're a fan of the Phillies?
I'm a Philly fan, yes. But what I'm saying is, I'm telling you about the Sixers right now. So when Doc was with the Sixers, I was a Sixer fan.
Okay.
Even though the Sixers were not really good at first, but when we got Doc, and Boston probably cost us about 3 titles. We should have, they beat us, and we had them down 3-1 one year and lost it. And then Portland beat us when they had Bill Walton and Maurice Lucas. Now, then I started after when Doc left, I was just kind of watching ball. I became a player fan.
Well, let's give it up for the 76ers. There you go, 76ers.
Now, where's my Warrior hat?
So you switched from being a 76ers fan to a Players fan.
I went from Jordan.
And then
I went from Jordan to LeBron.
Oh
my
You know right now.
Here we go.
Boo.
Where Bron goes, I go.
I mean, that's fine. We have somebody we know and love who's the same way. And for a disclaimer, before we start anything, we're going to have a series of questions. We're going to go back and forth. We're going to talk. This is all lighthearted fun. So by anything that I say, I am not trying to offend you about anything. I love sports just like you said you love sports, right?
Keep it going.
But I'm just trying to put that disclaimer out there. So if I say something, because let me be open.
Let me call you Stephen A. Smith. I'm gonna just call you Stephen A. Smith, because that's what he do. He gives you this disclaimer before he risks you up. So go ahead, Stephen.
So check this out. I call Bron fans Bronites and Bronsexuals. Does that offend you? I don't want to hurt your feelings. Because it's not to hurt you. It's just what it is. It's been said so many times. It's all across the internet. You can Google search these terms. There is no offense about it. It's just how people that love teams, that ride with teams, and when it comes to bronsexuals, you guys have a different way of looking at the sport, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I want us to be so we can at least lock up mentally when it comes to who's good and who's not good.
A Bron sycophant.
Go ahead.
Let me help both of you guys out, and also you in the fan base out there.
All right.
Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. Your mother and your father work for a company, right?
Okay.
And you're about 25, and you're 2 or 3 years old.
Okay.
And over the years, your father and your mother go to 4 different companies before they decide to retire. Correct?
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm hating this analogy already, but okay.
Yeah, where are we going with this?
Are you mad at those companies that paid your parents, that put you those toys and those clothes and put you through college?
No, not at all.
No, not at all. Well, that's how I am with Bron. Wherever team he goes to, and when they winning, I have joy in my life. That's how I look at it.
And I'm glad you
can call me bronsexual. You can call me a bronsexual, a no-sexual, a homosexual. I don't care. I'm going to be a bronsexual.
but the whole thing is, that's fine. But let's understand, no one is hating LeBron. On my end, I think LeBron is a great player. I think he's an exceptional player. It's just that you guys focus on, that's great. He's a great player, but you guys take him to a whole nother level and you move the goalposts to make it seem like he's better than what he is. Now, with that being said, he is the guy right now. And people will say, no, he's not. But if the NBA, the head of the NBA held up the whole NBA to put a schedule out, he still must be that guy, even though he's only making what, $8 million a year now?
3.5.
No, he's making $4 million a year.
Exactly, but he still held the first person to hold the NBA up for how long?
Brother.
To make $4 million a year. Nobody's holding anything against him. He's great.
Okay, let me break this down for both of you gentlemen.
I'm listening.
First of all, he's 41 years old, and the league did that first.
Right.
That's phenomenal. Secondly, he has the #1 selling jersey of all time, just going to Philadelphia, of all times already. Thirdly, I'm going to help you guys out, and anybody that watches basketball and wants to say that LeBron is a ring chaser and all that. I'm going to break this down.
I never said that, but people have said it, but I've never said that.
But I'm saying this for the fan base. I'm saying this for the fan base that don't like Bron. You and I and a lot of people are old enough to remember when Patrick Ewing, Stockton, Karl Malone, Barkley, so many players, a lot of players did not win championships, right?
Right.
We also are old enough to remember when we would hear about those guys, we never ever said they weren't great because they didn't win a ring.
That's right. That's right.
We never would have said that. If you saw Patrick Ewing, you'd be like, yo, that's a bad dude right there.
He is.
It wasn't until also when you lost, Magic lost.
Right.
Bird and them lost in the finals. You never heard anybody knock these people down for losing in the finals. Now, I need for you guys to make sure that you put pins in what I'm about to say. With those losing in the finals, which back in the day we never complained about, or those guys that were great ball players that never won a championship.
Right.
Could have been it. Here we go. Michael Jordan comes to the league.
Phenomenal.
He's not even winning his first 6 or 7 years.
True.
Because he can't get through. He can't get Boston. He can't get through Detroit.
True.
We never said that Michael wasn't great. But
Exactly.
we also didn't hold it against him that he did not win.
Right.
When Michael won the first 3, we still didn't talk bad about the other players. When Michael won the last 3 and was about to retire, what we did was we changed the narrative of sports and we moved the goalpost back for basketball.
Wait a minute.
We now said, hold on. We now said that you were not considered or cannot be considered a great player unless you win a championship.
Not true.
That's why.
Not true.
Okay, you don't say that, but that's why Shaquille, every time Barkley gets ready to argue a point, but you don't have these. That's why you don't hear us talk about Karl Malone, who retired number 2 in scoring. John Stockton, who retired leading the league in assists. Okay, we don't hear us really talk about them because they never won. LeBron James, when he came to the league in 2003, he gave Cleveland six years, his first 6 years.
Right.
And with no championship.
Right.
But what did we do on ESPN? Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless. What did they do? He's talking too much. He hasn't won nothing.
Right.
They started building a narrative that if you don't win a championship, you're not considered a great player. LeBron James was in Cleveland and figured it out at 25 that if I stay here, I may be great, but I'm not going to win. AKA Barry Sanders, 10 years in Detroit, loved him, didn't win anything because they never put nothing around them. So now we get mad at a man, not you, but we get upset with a player who figured it out at 25. Also, both you gentlemen have played sports before, correct?
True.
Yes.
Okay, I'm putting pins in this. You both play sports. Even as a young kid, you play sports, right?
Yes.
Pick up basketball. Am I right? You played pick up basketball before?
True.
Yes.
How many times have you been at the court and you're the captain and they say, who you got? And you say, hey, man, I'm waiting for Tony to come because I want Tony on my team. Why? But that's my point. We're going to play together. Don't tell me there's never been a player that hasn't want to be able to play with his friends on top of winning the championship.
But, okay. Can
And
I stop you right there, though? Let me in here.
Yes, sir,
Let me in here, boss. Go
ahead.
So here's my problem with LeBron, right? Is that and LeBron fans in general, and that is that what Wayne was alluding to earlier is we're redefining like what LeBron James says and what LeBron James does, right? Here's the thing. They both played team sports. They're both 6'4". I'm taller than 6'4", man. Give me a break, dog. Listen, LeBron James, he bails out of Cleveland because he wants to play and win down in Miami with allegedly his boys, but he wants to build a super team around him, right? So he goes and does that. Okay, he's earned the right to do that. That's fine. He's a free agent. Okay. And then he leaves there, goes back to Cleveland. Why? Because Miami sucks. Bosch can't play anymore, and Wade's retired. So that team's a loser. So now I'm out. Yes, this is a fact. Now I'm out. I'm going back to Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna let you talk. I apologize. I'm gonna debunk all of that. But so keep going, sir.
You're not gonna debunk something that's true. And he goes back to Cleveland, and he goes to the finals.
I'm going to tell you why.
You can tell me why you think he went, but he goes back to Cleveland. And what happens in Cleveland? Gets whooped by the Warriors 2 years in a row, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens? The NBA decides this is bad for our sport because now for the third year in a row, they're going to match up. So what's going to happen? Oh, man, we're going to suspend Draymond Green for looking funny at LeBron. And now they're going to come back, and now LeBron's the greatest thing since sliced bread. When's the championship?
I hate to tell you this, D. I hate to tell you this, man, but after I tear you up, they may not listen to your show too much more because you are off base a little bit. But keep going. I'm with you.
off base. But then what's he do? He leaves there and he goes to the Lakers.
Go ahead.
Where he's going to bring a championship to LA, right?
Okay.
And the pandemic. He brought that too.
Right? The only championship he brings to LA is the bubble championship, which I would argue is an asterisk. Now I say that respectfully because I think in the bubble in the NBA, I thought that was some of the best basketball I've seen in a long time because there wasn't outside distractions. There wasn't, you weren't traveling, people were rested and they were playing hard, but it still wasn't the same because you weren't traveling and you weren't playing the same amount of games in series. So there is an asterisk in my mind on that championship, but that's the only championship he wins in LA. But here's my biggest beef with LeBron. Okay. Great player. He comes out publicly and says, I'm going to leave the Lakers. I want to play with my friends. I want to be happy. I want to do all these things. He's not friends with Joel Embiid. He's not friends with Jaylen Brown. He's not friends with those guys. So he says one thing, and what's he do? He goes and hunts for a team that has the best chance to win a ring, in his opinion, this year. So he is a ring chaser because he wants his legacy to be defined as having one more ring than Steph Curry because Steph Curry and him are tied, and he wants one more because he wants to be different than Steph because there's a lot of people in the media that are saying, well, Steph might be the player of this era, not LeBron. And so I would, but I give, hold on, and then I'll let you talk.
Let me know when you finish.
Brother, you talk for like 17 minutes. I'm trying to get to, but sir, I have way more respect for Steph Curry. 35
minutes. Let me tell you this, my man. And I know you 6'5", so I don't want no problems. I don't want no troubles. Okay. I'm a God-fearing man, and I'm also scared of heights. And you're tall. Okay. But let's go ahead and break down what you said.
Hold on. Let me just finish one last point. And then
let him finish his point. Then you can break down what he said.
I have more respect for a player like Steph Curry, who stuck with the same team. Remember, when Steph got to the Warriors, they were horrible for decades.
Right.
Okay. Since the 70s, they hadn't done anything. Okay. Rick Barry was their great player, and he hasn't been great since the 1974 season. My point being, Steph Curry sticks with that team. He rides and dies with that team. And that's what being a fan of a team is about. But when you have guys like LeBron that are chasing championships, I can't win here in Cleveland. I'm going to jump to Miami. I'm going to play with two other all-stars. We're going to get Chris Bosh from Toronto, and we're going to get Dwayne Wade, and we're going to turn into a winning team here. Oh, this ride is over. Now I'm going to leave. I'm going to go back to Cleveland because now they're putting other pieces together, and we have the chance to win there. Oh, that ride is over. Now I'm going to leave, and we're going to go to the Lakers, and we're going to go do this. Oh, I don't like this coach. I'm going to get his ass fired. I don't like that player. Let's get him traded off the team. I want this guy to come in. I want that guy to come in. And, and he can't even win with Luka. So, to me, great player, taints his legacy just a smidge. If I could sit on the sidelines and handpick which teams I go to that has the best chance to win the championship every year to just chase rings. Kobe did it with one team. Jordan did it with one team. Steph did it with one team. Now I'm done.
Are you finished?
Now he's done. Let's see you break that down.
What I'm about to do to your man, Wayne, is disrespectful in a beautiful way.
Bring it. Okay. I'm right here.
And
listening.
I'm going to break it down so hard for you that only if you can look in the mirror in your life and go, I need to do better with my life, that lets me know you can look at things in a perspective, in a rational way. So let's break down your whole situation.
Bring it.
LeBron is drafted by Cleveland.
Right.
He plays. Cleveland is a horrible team.
Right.
The first year he takes them, they make the playoffs his first year as a rookie.
So that means that's not a horrible team. They made the playoffs. He couldn't do it by himself. Keep going.
Facts.
If you make it to the finals, you're not a horrible team. I just wanted to point that out because you be missing little facts.
Yeah, because
keep going.
But you got to remember, Okay. So let me do it right. So make sure that your man really knows.
Okay.
Before LeBron gets there, Cleveland's not in the playoffs for almost 5 years.
Okay.
Straight. They're not even in the playoffs.
Right.
Okay. LeBron goes there, gets him in the playoffs. Third year, takes him to the chip.
Right.
Third year, yes. The second year, takes him to the championship. They lose to Boston. Third year, takes him to the chip.
They didn't lose to Boston the championship because Boston's in the Eastern Conference. So.
No. I'll let you go.
No. You said you were going to destroy me with facts.
I got to break this down for you.
Boston and Cleveland are both in the same conference, so that's not the championship.
Let me say this. He goes to the chip. The next year, Boston goes out and gets Garnett. Boston goes out and gets Rondé. They already got Paul Pierce, and they pick up Ray Allen, and they built the first super team in terms of when the terminology was used to go ahead and stop LeBron.
Okay. Anything is possible.
Let me finish. They beat LeBron 2 years in a row. LeBron never, ever did what Kobe did, which was demand a trade if things don't get better. Every year, LeBron played out his contract. He goes to Miami, who had not made the playoffs again in 5 years.
I'm sorry, didn't Miami win a championship before LeBron got there?
No, Miami won a championship with Shaq 4 years before LeBron even came into the league. But Miami had not made the playoffs. You can research it.
I'm going to right now.
And Bosh. Look it up. They go to 4 straight championships.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
They get there, and remember, the first year they should have won. They should have beat Dallas. They blew it. Came back, they won 2. They lost the last one against San Antonio. The last year, what happens? Wade is hurt. He's not carrying. Bosh is hurt. But guess what LeBron didn't do? He didn't demand a trade. He played out his contract for the second time. Guess what he did? I got to go back to Cleveland. Why? Because I got to try to give these guys a ring. Now,
you sure are wrong.
Your information. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
For your information. 5 years in a row after Bron left Cleveland, Cleveland did not make the playoffs and had the number 1 pick each year. Even one year where they had to do Nate Bennett, who was so bad, he never even made the league. The only one that they kept was Kyrie.
Okay.
They went out. He went back to Cleveland after Cleveland had not made the playoffs, aka super team. And 4 years since LeBron left, they get Kyrie. They get Love. Guess what? The first year, Kyrie blows his knee out. Love blows his arm out against Boston. They lose in the championship to Golden State.
Okay.
The next year, because you're a year off, sir. You said the third year. No, it was the second year Bron was there, which he did in Miami. The first year, he did not win. The second year, he won a chip. He comes back to Cleveland. The first year, he doesn't win. The second year, he beats the number 1 team ever. And y'all said, Draymond, okay, let me finish. They up 3-1. No make a difference if Draymond missed the game. You're up 3-1, and your championship game is at home.
Okay.
He beats you, averaging a triple-double. Let me finish. So what did he do? He came back. He gave Cleveland a championship. What did Cleveland do? It's funny. What did Golden State do? It's funny nobody mentioned this. They go out and say, oh, shit, this dude is winning. KD comes to visit, and they built a team that is unbeatable. Nobody was beating them. Nobody was beating Klay Thompson at the time, killing him. Steph and KD. But y'all held that against LeBron. LeBron lost to them. Bam, he lost to them twice. Then he leaves. Why? He gives Cleveland their title. He never liked the owner, but he came back and gave him a title. He comes to L.A.
Can I ask you a question?
L.A. never embraced him.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm breaking it down for you now.
But I understand. I want you to keep breaking it down, but I'd like to put some context on what you're saying. You don't think that Jordan, after he lost, was getting his butt kicked those first years before he got Pippen? You don't think he could have went someplace else? Now, with that being said,
They couldn't do it.
Why?
See, this is what you guys don't want to be honest
Why?
about.
Just say
they
it.
could
Say
not
it.
do it in the 80s. There was the Larry Bird rule. That's why you think Michael Jordan and Pippen signed terrible 7 and 8 year contracts. Do you know Michael's second year contract was 8 years? You knew that, right?
Right.
So you guys are not being honest. They could not move back then. They had the Larry Bird rule. The Larry Bird rule was that your team had first rights on you.
Okay.
They could not leave. Isaiah even said it in the union. You could not leave. That's why Pippen signed that terrible 7-year, $14 million contract, $2 million a year contract. And Michael came back and signed a 6-year, $28 million contract. But Michael was making so much money off the court, he did not care. Also, when Michael got to the Bulls weren't doing anything. He was carrying them. What did they do? They got rid of Doug Collins. They put Phil Jackson in. Phil Jackson had Tex Winters. They put in the triangle offense. They go get Bill Cartwright, say what you want, number 1 draft pick. They go get Horace Grant, number 1 draft pick. They go get B.J. Armstrong, number 2 guard out of Iowa. They go get Cliff Livingston, number 1 pick out of Wichita State. They get Pippen in a trade between Olin Polynice and the Seattle Supersonics at the time, and get Pippen. And then what do they do after that? They go get the best 3-point shooter that was playing in the league at the time, Craig Hodges, and they won 3 titles. How are you going to tell me that Mike didn't have to go nowhere? They just knew everything. They had the best GM. You can say what you want in that documentary. Paul Kraft, he knew what he was doing.
Danny, question: Were any of those players that you just discussed that came to the Bulls to make their team better? Were any of them all-stars prior to arriving in Chicago?
They don't have to be all-stars.
No. That's the difference between, you made a statement that we're not being quote honest.
Think about it though. I've named you 6 guys that went to one team, and you can only name me 2, which is Bosh and Wade.
Well, he's trying to make a point. I'm gonna let you get your point out. Let him get his point out. Then I'm let you get your point out.
Were established all-stars already. Is my point. I can name 20 other free agents that signed with that team that turned out to be good players in that system, but they weren't all-stars before they got there. That's the difference. I do want to acknowledge a couple comments here. You're right, Kobe. Run TMC was fire. Those teams were badass. And a lot of other comments about calling him a ring chaser, a coattail rider. I don't agree with coattail rider, but Miami, just a point of fact, Miami won.
He was reading comments from the people watching the show.
I apologize.
That's what I said. Let him talk. We're gonna let you talk.
Miami won the finals. Miami won the finals 4 years before LeBron got to Miami, so they weren't a terrible team when he got there. Just as a point of clarity. Listen, I'm not arguing that LeBron James is a great player. I would argue that LeBron James is probably in the top 3 all-time players in NBA history.
Top 7.
But I just don't like his holding up the league. It's all about LeBron all the time. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do the decision. I'm gonna wait and hold up the entire NBA and the schedule because I want to dominate the media headlines. And he is leaving the team. By the way, Michael Jordan could have left Chicago.
True.
All he had to do was write out his contract. He was making so much money off the court. Money was not an object to Mike. He didn't need a max deal. He didn't need any of that. He could have left. He chose to stay.
Okay, let me say this. Okay, no, I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead. I apologize.
I know what Larry Bird retired. I know how it works. And it was different in those days.
But you saying Michael would have left? Why would Mike have left when Mike got the coach and they put in the system? And you saw it. Phil Jackson said, "We can't win with you averaging 35."
I'm not suggesting he should have left. What I'm saying is, Michael could have left.
Mike didn't leave. Why would you leave if you know you got a coach, you got a person that's going to put it around you? It's a system that works, and you got great players.
Danny. My friend, anything LeBron wanted, he could have gotten because he was LeBron, Purse. But please, he could have gotten with anything he wanted. Like he's been getting everything he wanted. Like he's only making $4 million, and he still held the whole NBA
How
up.
many coaches has
Like
LeBron
he
ran out
couldn't
of
get
town?
what he wanted if he would have stayed put.
It's not about getting. Listen, see what you guys are saying. It's not about getting what you want. It's the fact that LeBron has gone to teams that have not been. When LeBron came to the Lakers, for all the Laker fans, the Lakers had not made the playoffs in 5 years.
Okay.
5 years. And that fifth year, the year that they had made it, was when they had gotten Dwight Howard that year. And Dwight, with Kobe and Dwight, that was the last time. And they didn't make the playoffs again until LeBron came. And by the way, every year LeBron has won a championship in terms of the years he won them in the second year. The second year of going back to each team. If the bad part is this, and I'm and I'm not upset. So if you hear me yelling, I'm not mad with you guys.
None of us are upset. None of us are upset. It's just a topic that everybody loves.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing.
Passionate about, I should say.
You're mad at here's the problem. Here's the big problem. Even listen to your man's comments when he's holding up the league. And this and this. Those are all emotional points. Those are not points that are going to either win you or lose you a title. That doesn't win you a title.
LeBron hasn't won a title since when?
Title.
How long has it been since LeBron's won a title?
6 years.
Pandemic.
6 years. Okay.
Yeah,
so
pandemic. 2020, 21. But let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did we hold any other great player to that? How many times have we said, well, LeBron didn't win this year, but we don't remember who didn't win one of any of the other stars? We're not saying that.
Yes, I can list you many other
being a summer team. We got mad
We've
at
never
him
held
for getting
him.
a summer team.
We've never held him different than anybody else. He's the one that's done it. He's the one.
Please, Wayne, don't say that.
Danny, you said it yourself. He's done it different from everybody else. Don't say everybody else did something different. He's done it different.
You know why?
He's done it different.
Because you want to know why he did it different? You want to know why he did it different?
Keep moving the goalposts.
I'm not moving the goalposts. I'm going to tell you why he did it different.
No, you can
out that you don't.
You can explain what he did, sir. But all I'm saying is, if it's done a certain way,
how
and somebody
the goalpost move?
Because you're
tell me how the goalposts move for him.
Because you're trying to say that
he never demanded a trade.
A trade. You asked me a question. Can I answer it for you?
Okay.
How's the goalpost move?
Ahead, sir.
Because you're trying to say somebody with 4 championships that only has the NBA most points scored.
9 straight.
I'm only making 1 point, and then you'll be able to talk.
Okay, go ahead.
You're trying to say somebody. That's how you move in the goalposts. You're trying to say somebody who has the most points in the NBA and only has 4 championships is the GOAT. That's how you're moving the goalposts.
See, here's the problem. You never heard me in the whole 35 minutes of this show say that LeBron was the GOAT.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. No. So we're just talking about a good player. Go ahead.
You did not hear me. You did not hear me at one time. Hold on. You did not hear me at one time say LeBron is the GOAT. What I was defending, and I will always defend with LeBron James, is that LeBron James figured out at a young age that he knew if he doesn't win, how his legacy is going to proceed. And LeBron James, look at us. We hate him for losing 6 titles, but he went to the championship 9 straight times.
Danny.
Is Jim Kelly the great quarterback?
In that simple statement, you just moved the goalposts. He is not winning.
What was the goalpost?
He is not winning. He only won 4 championships, Danny. Stop it.
He went to 9 straight titles and won 4.
And lost 5.
That's a fail. That's a fail.
He lost 5 times.
Oh, man.
That's a fail.
Oh my God.
He is a great player like Charles Barkley. He is a great player like these other players that you name.
Let me ask a question.
He's just that.
Hold up. Remember that? Hey, Wayne, remember that pen I told you to hold for me?
Pen.
I knew you was going to say that. So let's go back to that pen.
I'm gonna ask you a simple question.
John Stockton, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing. Now we're not going to say those are great players because they never won.
They are great players.
They are great players.
They are great players.
We're not going to consider him great.
Danny,
We
you're
are.
moving the goalposts again. All those players, all those players that you just said are great players. They are just, Danny, they are just like LeBron. They're great players. They are.
Hey guys, you know
So
what?
there was never
I
an
love-
argument. Those are great players.
Wayne,
What's the
I want
matter?
to thank you guys, man. I want to thank you guys so much, man. You guys are
I said they're
making-
great players.
If you can see the joy in my face over here, I feel like I'm eating lamb chops right now. I mean, I'm so happy. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys are just bringing the truth of the matter out of what we have been so petty on to hold LeBron to, and this man has done.
But-
And I'm talking about
What
how
has he
can a
done?
man at
What has he
40
done?
At 41, the league doesn't even. The league can't even make their schedule because they want to see where this guy's going.
You're right. I think that's crap.
Everything's great. This dude, people were mad at him for getting his son on the team. When each and every person in the world knows if you could do something for your kid and get him in a position to win, you're going to do it. And I ask you right now, what draft pick was Bronny?
55, I think.
Draft pick was Bronny.
Oh my goodness.
He was 50. He was number 50, right?
Yes.
I thought it was 55.
No,
But
55th pick.
Uh-huh.
He was the 55th pick, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so do me a favor. Who was the number 2 pick that year?
Don't know.
Exactly. You can't even tell me who the number 2 pick was. You can't
Okay,
tell me
okay.
who the
So
number 3.
So you're moving the goalpost
See, no,
because
what I'm telling you
because a famous player did something to the NBA that nobody's ever done. So that makes him great now because
was he forced to
because
get
Bronny
on
was
the
was the thing talked about for being the biggest failure that somebody picked
Oh
up.
my God.
So
Wayne,
that's your thing.
Every time
Come on now.
When I play poker with you, Wayne, when I play poker with you from now on, every time you call, I'm going all in. But I just, you don't have it, man. I had so much love for you, Wayne, and now I have to look at you.
But-
Danny,
but-
you just
but
made
gotta
a
prove
point
my
off of
point, though.
Bronny is not even playing, sir.
Bronny isn't
They're
an
talking about-
NBA player.
They're
Why
talking
are
about
we
him
talking
going
about-
overseas, and you're trying to make a point off of him. This is what I'm talking about,
No,
LeBron.
I'm making a
You're-
point.
Any other
I'm
player
making a
did that,
point
you
about
call
his
crap
dad.
too.
I'm making a point about his dad. The point I'm making is LeBron James.
Uh-huh.
People don't. I'm gonna tell you why you guys and most people don't like LeBron James. Let me just keep it. It has nothing. You guys.
I like
deep down
LeBron
in your
James.
spirit.
Do you like LeBron James,
Let me tell
Patrick?
you why.
I do.
I
Great
like
player.
him.
Let me.
Great player.
You're
Let
putting
me
words
tell
in
you
our
why
mouth.
people have problems
We
with
just wanted to
LeBron.
put a disclaimer out there. We never said that we didn't like LeBron James.
But can I just say
Only
something?
point out
Okay.
the real.
May I please? May I?
Okay, let me tell you why most people have a
Let me
problem.
before you say that.
Wait,
may I-
Let me just say this. I'll let you go.
Okay.
no, I want to
Here's
put
the
some context here.
okay,
What-
but
what-
look, let me just
What
tell
we're
you why
talking about?
people have problems with LeBron James. The reason that people have problems with LeBron James is because LeBron James bucked the system. And the system was you cannot control your own narrative.
Okay, now you made that
LeBron
point. You
James-
made that point. Nobody,
No.
nobody's mad at LeBron James because he went against the system.
If they wasn't mad at him, they wouldn't be complaining about all the stuff he does. Cut it out.
We're not complaining about the stuff we're only saying.
You
that
are.
no, we're not. You're the one we said that he's a great player. All we're saying
You
is
just
that
said he was a failure. You just said it out your words that he has a failure because he lost more championships.
look,
You
you're
just said it out your mouth.
you're talking about somebody who went to the finals 10 times, right? You're talking about somebody that only won 4 times. Bill Russell has 11 rings. And you're talking about somebody, so he went to the finals more times than 10 times, but you're talking about somebody who went 10 times and won 4 times.
Bill Russell played against 16 teams.
But what I'm saying is, that's what,
They
okay.
had 16 teams in the league when Bill Russell played.
Well,
So-
I'm glad you said that.
Can I? I'd like to say something.
Go ahead, Patrick. Your turn.
What I'm talking about when we talk about LeBron James and is that, and what Wayne is trying to kind of get at, I think, when he's talking, I'm not trying to put words in his mouth, when he's talking about moving the goalpost, is that there's no argument at all that LeBron is a great player. We're talking
Bingo.
about, when we talk about legacy, when you talk about a GOAT conversation, now you're talking about evaluating a player in their career with like, and you're getting down to the cracks in the underwear drawer, right? Like you're getting down into splitting hairs about what makes, this player quote unquote better than that player, right? And when you talk about players, and now you're talking about people's personal opinions about what makes somebody great or the best. And I hear you. You did not say LeBron is the best, but the problem that I have, and I'm only going to speak for Patrick, that I have with LeBron James is that you're saying, oh, he bucked the system and he's different. Oh, that's why people are mad. That's not why I'm mad. What I'm mad about is that you have a player of his stature that instead of building a team just jumps to the next team because the grass is always greener and he keeps trying to chase something that he's not there instead of building something. He reportedly, I'm doing air quotes, I know you can't see me, reportedly has ran off many coaches that he had disagreements with in fundamental styles of play. We don't know the truth of all those things, what happened, what didn't happen.
Magic
But
Johnson
hold
got
on,
Paul
let me
Weston
finish.
fired.
Sir, I didn't interrupt you. Let me finish. Optically, that looks bad.
Go ahead, Patrick.
Optically, that looks bad in my eyes. I'm talking about my opinion, right? You have coaches that he's won NBA championships with, and he ran them out allegedly, or had a say or a hand in what players come, what players don't come. And great, he's a superstar. He's earned a right to have a say. I believe the best player in your team should be consulted about how a certain player coming in would work with the locker room or the style of play. I'm not arguing that, but there's a lot of mystery out there whether or not he's kind of been playing the Godfather role and handpicking. The Bronny argument to me tips it the wrong direction. Look, LeBron James Jr., Bronny, is not on any level an NBA level player. He's taking a roster spot away from a legitimate NBA player. He at best he's a mid-level G League player at best. And for the Lakers to either be pushed into it by LeBron, which I don't know that happened, or the Lakers chose to try and appease LeBron and do it to make that happen. The optics either way are bad for me, and I don't like it because it's not fair and it's not legitimate. And any other player, I don't care if it's Steph Curry, Draymond Green, I'm a diehard Warrior fan. I love my Warriors. If they forced their son onto the team, I would be saying the exact same thing. It taints their legacy, and if their son is not a legitimate player, they don't need a seat on the bench. Yes, every parent would love to help their child get a leg up in life. I'm not arguing that point. But there's a difference between getting them a leg up in life, which, by the way, they already have because he's got more money than they'll ever spend. But he doesn't need to have a seat on a bench. He didn't earn that seat on that bench. And you cannot tell me otherwise. He went to USC and didn't play.
Okay.
And now suddenly he's an NBA draftable player.
Hold on 1 second, then you can have the floor.
Get out.
All right, Patrick's finished. Now you got the floor. After you, I have something to say. Now go ahead, Danny.
First of all, with the Bronny situation.
All right.
The 55th pick, 10th, 11th, 12th dude. I mean, and has to spend half the time in the G League. Taking a spot. Yeah, I'll give you that argument, but nobody's arguing about the 55th pick any other year.
Hey, what pick was Draymond Green?
Okay, Patrick, I behaved.
What pick was Draymond Green?
I was good, Patrick. Okay, he wasn't the 55th pick.
48th.
Draymond was not the 50th. He was second round. He was not 55th.
But he was pointing because he's the 48th pick, and he was still mean something to a team.
Draymond was a baller, though.
Yes, but that's the whole point.
That makes my point.
That was the whole point.
I'm gonna give you this. Look, I'll give you the Bronny argument. Let's go ahead. I'll give you the Bronny argument. Here's the argument. First, I'm gonna ask you a question. Don't ask him. I'm just gonna put him out there. I don't get my time. Ron never went to a team and said, "If you don't do this, I'm leaving." Never did that.
You don't know that.
Again, you know, and I know. If in the history that we live in now, If LeBron gets out here and demands something, it's going to be public known. Kobe did it. You don't get rid of Shaq. You don't. It's either him or me, or I'm going. Kobe explored the Clippers. He explored those teams. Bron never did that. Michael. The reason Michael left the Bulls when they were still balling, why? Was he said, if they get rid of Phil Jackson, I don't want to play under another coach. Right? But we don't remember these things. We forget that two of the biggest dudes who mirror each other, we won't bring that up. Then let's talk about LeBron going from, because you said going from team to team, or you made a point about him with his coaches. Name, outside of Mike Brown, who won one without him this year, name a coach that Bron has had that won a championship without him. Even Paul Silas won one, but only as a player. Name one. No coach.
That's a horrible argument because only one coach every year wins a championship.
Hold up. And you made a great argument, a great point that I want to bring up when it comes to LeBron James. You said when Michael started winning, he came there and they had a system. Anybody that knows sports knows that the triangle system was one of the best systems ever. Ever. Because Phil won 10 championships with it. So my point being is, name a coach that Bron truly respected enough to go ahead and play. He had Ty Lue, who had never been a head coach. He took dudes and they beat the number one team that year. See, here's the thing. I think Bron is top two. Now, believe it or not, my GOAT is not even Jordan. I believe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest player ever.
Wow.
I believe for having one shot.
I give it up for you because that's my guy too.
Okay, I'm just saying, to have one major shot, not being able to come to the league early, not being able to play his freshman year, not being able to dunk in college and develop the shot and to do what he did, and then to win. And again, remember, Kareem didn't win again until Magic came. So Kareem won in 74 with the Milwaukee Bucks. And then he didn't win again for 6 years. We don't hold that against Kareem.
No.
We don't hold that against him.
No.
And also, let me just go ahead and make some, hold on, because I'm going to give you the floor, Wayne. Let's talk about this, who I really blame for all of this that's happening with LeBron. Do you know who I blame? I don't blame LeBron, but I blame Magic, who's a friend of mine. I blame Kobe, Jordan, Barkley, and I'm going to tell you why. Because when those dudes were hear me out.
I'm eager to hear it. I haven't stopped you.
When those dudes were interviewed, when LeBron made that change to go to Miami, they all said the same thing. I wouldn't have done it. I would have stayed. But not one of them was being genuine in saying they could not do it. And all one of them had to say is this: I wouldn't have done it, but I understand why he did it. Nope. They all piled in on him because Michael, Isaiah, Magic, Kareem, you could not make moves back then unless you were traded. It was the same thing that happened in baseball until that player, I forgot his name.
George Foster. I don't like to use a brother. But went against, no, not George Foster. It was another dude that played, I forgot, he was an infielder. But he played baseball and he fought the system to get free agency. They did not want to have it. And so my thing is, if those dudes, Barkley and all these dudes would have just been genuine and honest and said, look, I would have never, because they kept saying, well, I wanted to beat them. The same dudes that wanted to beat them used to kiss each other on the cheek right there in the middle of the court every time they played each other. You're not trying to tell me that Magic would have never wanted to play with Isaiah? You trying to tell me that Magic wanted? Let's talk about Magic's team real quick. I love Magic Johnson, friend of mine, no Magic. But when Magic came in, because a lot of you people try to act like Magic really was the only reason the Lakers won. The Lakers was up 3-2 when Kareem was hurt against the Sixers. First of all, the Lakers were up, so they won the championship in Philly. They had Bob McAdoo, they had Jamal Wilkes, they had Norm Nixon, Kareem, they had, and that's just coming off the pitch. They had Michael Thompson.
Dude, the white boy, Michael Thompson. They had the white boy that came out of North Carolina that wound up being GM for a while. That was really good on one leg. What's his name? The big tall white guy. He played in North Carolina.
Rambis?
Anyway, he was a beast. No. This is before him.
Oh, you're talking about way before.
Not bad. Kupchak, Mitch Kupchak.
Okay.
Mitch Kupchak. They had Mitch Kupchak, who was a baller until he blew his knee out. It was still balling with one knee. Magic came in with a squad.
Okay.
Bird went to Boston with a good team, and guess what? Boston did something sneaky. They drafted Bird the year before. Bird played another year, and they went right to Boston. See, we all forget all of these things that these guys were able to do and could not do, but we hold LeBron to these same points, and this is a whole different thing. And the last thing I'm going to say, and then I won't say nothing else tonight, one of the other reasons that they don't like Bron is because, and you know this in sports, if you know anything about sports, it's the same reason that they hate Mayweather. They hate when a person controls the narrative. Mayweather controlled the narrative of his boxing career. LeBron did it was a basketball career, and they hated the fact that he was able to do it without they could not stop him. And the reason is because he never forced a trade. He always played out his contract. That's why I believe what they don't like LeBron. Forget all of the other stuff people say.
Okay.
I will now yield the floor and not say another word this evening until asked.
Well, for me, it's really, really simple. I respect your opinion. I respect Patrick's opinion. Both of you guys' opinion. Mine is not going to be opinion based. I'm gonna go off of facts. But before I go to the facts, I'm gonna tell you my opinion. Kobe Bean Bryant is my guy. Nobody would be better than Kobe Bean Bryant to me. Now, when we go into this GOAT argument, it was placed on me that Jordan was the GOAT. And looking at the facts, I looked at them and then I understood what they were looking at that time. And so then I agreed. Jordan is the GOAT. But I said Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to me, with everything that he's done for the NBA, all his records from high school to college to NBA, making up his own shot. I think that Kareem should be the logo of the NBA. Now, with all that being said, when it comes to like you and how you feel about LeBron, I can go through the same things when it comes to Kobe Bean Bryant and he's being my guy and how he got done wrong when we should have got that trade and that the NBA vetoed, and how
the Chris Paul trade.
Yeah, how Kobe would have been broke all these records. But I'm not going to go into that because that's a opinion based. Because even though when you go off of things, championships, if I'm going off opinion, Kobe has more rings, means he's better. So, but that's my opinion. Now, when we go into this GOAT, who's the best off of pure stats and why everybody holds him? Jordan. Jordan won 3 straight, then decided to go play baseball, came back, won 3 straight. Now, people like to say fact, opinion. This is all facts. Now, when I'm glad you brought up Mayweather. Mayweather has a perfect record, and he made up his own narrative. Right, Danny?
Yep.
So he has a perfect record, unblemished. So that's impeccable. I would have to agree with you because Mayweather is my GOAT of his weight classes because it's impeccable. Can't nobody dispute that. You can go off of your opinion, but since he's unblemished and he's perfect, you can have your opinion. Facts are facts. Undefeated record. The commission, boxing commission, let him do everything he did, like they let Bron do. But Bron thing is opinion with blemishes. Mayweather, you have to spread them apart. No blemishes. Perfect record. Now, in the
NBA, say something real quick.
Go ahead. Just say something.
I'll let you go on the boxing part because I was an amateur Golden Gloves chair.
Okay. So,
one thing about boxing, because I know there's people out there go, well, he cherry picked. No, he didn't cherry pick. And let me also tell you, Mayweather fought more world champions than anybody ever did. Anybody in the history of boxing, he fought more world champions. And on top of it, you can say what you want about boxing. Until you've been a boxer, you still got to prepare. And anytime you are a guy that is undefeated and everybody wants you to lose, well, it's what, 60-40, 60% probably want you to lose, 40 want you to win.
Right.
And this guy had to be up each time for every fight.
Exactly.
And then the fight that everybody thought he would have lost, the 2 fights, Medina and I think it's the other Latino dude, he gave each one of them a rematch and beat them easy.
Right.
I just want to put that out there.
No, I appreciate that.
Point of fact, Manny Pacquiao fought more world champions than Floyd Mayweather. 27-23.
Okay.
Who had more?
Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao.
27. Pacquiao fought more?
Yes, 27.
Yeah. Now,
I'm 4 fights off.
That's a good that's a good point, and that's good facts. But I will have to say between Pacquiao and Mayweather, people like Pacquiao because he's not turning down nothing. He wants it all. Mayweather, as you say, navigated.
Mayweather he didn't turn down nobody.
Yeah, he turned down fights, and that's my guy. That's my guy.
Yes, he did. He did.
Tell me who though?
I want to have you back on where you on camera so we can talk boxing. Where we on? I want to get this last point out with basketball because we have to move on because we had our time. When we go to boxing and we say who's the best of the best, and like I agree with you with Kareem with everything he's done in his career and having that hook shot that people don't even try to attempt anymore, and it was such a high percentage. Like I said, I think he should be the logo of the NBA. But when it comes to facts, when it comes to who's the guy who stands at the tippy top of the NBA in the GOAT conversation, I have to strongly stay with with Michael Jordan. And I am not a Michael Jordan fan. If anything, Kobe Bryant all the way. But when it comes to facts, Danny, I want to ask you a question. There's 4 names out there that's done something in the NBA that no one has done. And that was, are you listening to me?
I'm listening.
4 names that has won a regular season, won a scoring title, won first team all defense, won a finals MVP, a season MVP, and a championship all in the same season. Can you name those 4 names, Danny?
I can name one.
One. All right.
Bill Russell.
Okay. That's it?
Let me see. Bill Russell did it. Give it to me again. What was the championship?
It was won MVP. A regular season MVP, won the finals MVP, won a scoring title, won first team all defense, and a championship all in the same season.
Bill Russell.
Okay.
Michael Jordan.
Okay.
All defense. Was it Kareem?
I want you to name all the 4 names that you could think of, and then I'm gonna tell you. And I'm gonna ask you.
Can I guess?
I'm gonna go with Jordan. I'm gonna go with Jordan, Kareem, Russell. Because Bill Russell is the only one that ever won a national championship, Olympic gold medal, and an NBA championship in the same year.
I have a guess. Can I have a guess?
I'm gonna let you guess, but I want to ask one more question before I because I think you know the answer.
Russell, and I don't know who the 4th would be. I don't know.
Okay, now would you agree when we talk about who's the be all in the NBA, and it's only 4 names out of all the seasons the NBA's been in that have done it: a regular season MVP, a finals MVP, a scoring title, a first team all defense, and a championship all in the same season. Wouldn't you call that the GOAT? Wouldn't those people be like at the top of the model?
Okay, let me say this.
Okay,
I will agree. I'm not gonna try to defend what a GOAT is or what is not. I will say if we're only going by stats, for that, then yes, someone will be the GOAT. But if we start going by stats, then it moves different people into positions for being the GOAT.
Okay.
LeBron being the number one scorer
Well,
and also being in the top.
I'm
I
glad
think
you
he's in
said
the
that.
top 3 now for assists. So that's what I'm saying. So go ahead.
Now, before I let Patrick answer the question,
I don't want to say that's the GOAT.
but before I let Patrick answer the question, because he's going to answer the question for those 4 names. Now, with that being said, and I'm glad you put it like that. With the NBA as a whole, you hands down, that's the person that anybody should look at. You've already agreed. Patrick, go ahead and say who you think it is.
Well, I believe the 4 names you're looking for, Wayne, are Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan.
Exactly. No one else.
Okay.
It's only that guy who's ever done it in NBA history. MVP, same season and finals, championship with all of that. That's hands down. But that's fact. That's not opinion.
Right.
That's fact. Now, for my
Now,
opinion,
you remember you have to remember though. I never said. Hold on. You have to remember this though. In defense of me, I told you after Dr. J, I became a player fan.
Right.
And I went from Jordan to LeBron.
Now,
so Jordan was my guy.
That was never a rock thrown at you. I
just said Kareem.
And I told you that I'm a Kobe Bryant person, but when you go off of those type of stats, Kareem is at the top because of what he did from high school, college, and NBA all together, and he got the chips to go with it, and making up his own shot. That does something to you. That moves you. Now, the thing you said about LeBron and the title, before LeBron came into the league, when Michael Jordan was considered the GOAT, Michael Jordan didn't have the scoring title. So that's never going to be a part of it. I think it was like Stockton or Kareem. It was either Stockton or Kareem who had the most points in the NBA the year before LeBron came into the league, where he was already considered the GOAT. So those type of titles.
Michael did have a scoring title. Michael had a scoring title before he won a chip.
A scoring title. We're talking
all time.
We're talking about all-time scorer.
Michael didn't have a scoring title.
We're talking about all-time scorer. You didn't listen. All-time scorer. Scoring title, because I just named to you, he had the scoring title in the season.
All-time scorer was Kareem all the way up until LeBron.
I think it was Stockton before he came in.
Stockton was assist leader.
Okay, assist leader.
Kareem had to.
But it doesn't matter.
Magic was actually leading. Magic was leading in the
Danny,
he sat out.
That doesn't matter. I was just pointing out it was a different name, and the person who was still considered the GOAT before LeBron came in, because it's only people have moved the goalposts for the all-time scoring title to be a reason why he should be put on top. And I was only pointing out that when Michael Jordan was considered the GOAT, there was a different name there. And it doesn't matter the name. It doesn't matter the name.
You know who said that though, correct?
Who?
But you know who said that, right? You know who said if he becomes a scoring title, you have to consider him the GOAT. You know who said that, right?
Who?
Shaq.
Yeah, but I guess he didn't.
I'm just saying.
But facts.
I'm just saying.
But facts.
Right. But I'm facts. Saying what? Right, but I'm just arguing that point because
that's his opinion. That's why I told you my opinion about Kobe Bryant.
Facts and opinions are the same.
Yeah, opinion is opinion. Facts are facts. That's why I told you.
But they're still the same, depending on what you want to make them, who you want to put them to, though.
That's when you're moving the goalposts. I'm not moving the goalposts for Kobe to be the end all, and that's my guy. That's my guy over anybody.
But let me tell you why I never believe. I'm gonna tell you why Kobe could never be my GOAT, and God rest his soul, because I knew Kobe when he came in, and Kobe was a big fan of mine. He used to come to the Comedy Store with Shaquille back in the day at Fat Tuesday, and I got to know him from there. So Kobe's my guy. But let me tell you why I can never consider Kobe the GOAT, because Kobe was Michael Jordan. He wanted to be Mike, and everything about him was almost Mike.
Yeah, but that doesn't make me upset. Somebody mirroring themselves, because even LeBron tried to mirror himself after Jordan. He just did a different way, but he's worked the same
jersey number does LeBron wear?
No, he never tried to be. He never tried to be a mirror of Jordan. Come on, bro.
What number does he wear?
He didn't wear the band. He didn't play like Jordan.
Kobe never tried to
loved
wear.
Jordan. Everybody
Kobe
loved
never
Jordan.
tried to
That's
wear
okay.
Jordan's number. He tried to beat him at doing what he did.
Yeah, we're at time, Wayne. We got to wrap up. But great spirited debate,
Hey, Danny, I like this conversation, man. Please get your internet so we can see you and we can see your facial expressions. I want to see your eyes because we got to talk about this boxing thing because me and you kind of on the same page when it comes to who I think the GOAT is of boxing. But it was a real good conversation. I appreciate you for coming on the show. And please watch Barbershop Larry. Tell us the days again.
You can watch the show at different times, but you can watch the show on Black Vision BVTplus.com and blackvisiontelevision.net.
We
and
will be posting it on our
and,
site so you can see how to go watch it, how to subscribe to it. Watch Danny Green, Barbershop Larry.
And follow me. And I would love for people to follow me. All your guests right now, please follow me at Dan Green 66 and Instagram and Dan and Green Facebook. Hey, I may make you a little mad, but I'm fair. So please follow me.
That's right. And please, we want to have you on the show again because I know I got some stuff that I got to get off my chest that we weren't able to get in today.
You know what we got to talk about next time.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what we got to talk about next time.
Yes.
My girl.
Caitlin Clark. And we're going to talk a little more about this boxing. But you guys tune in. Blow the Whistle Sports every Monday, Wednesday, 7 p.m. We'll see y'all next week. Be safe, and don't forget to watch that Hall of Fame game where Carolina goes down there and Luke Kuechly gets what he deserves. Peace out.
Keep pounding, baby.